So I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I was asked to talk to you about student success initiatives at Union County College, and I hope that most of you have had an opportunity to go through our OneStop and to meet some of our faculty and staff who are here today, and they can tell you a little bit more firsthand, but perhaps you can follow up and ask them questions. Our mission at Union County College is transforming our community one student at a time, and we take that pretty seriously. I got here in July of 2010. Now, before I tell this story, I'm just afraid I'm going to fall off this podium. So I'm going to go down one step, all right? And maybe I won't fall off here. I got here in July of 2010, and I went to my first New Jersey Council of County Colleges President's meeting, and one of the other presidents, I won't name her, leaned over to me and said, "Thank God for Union County College." And I looked at this president, and I didn't understand what she was talking about. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "If it weren't for Union County College, we'd have the lowest graduation rate in the state of New Jersey." So when I arrived here in 2010, we had a graduation rate that was number 19 out of 19 New Jersey community colleges, and it was part of a 20-year history, 20 years of single-digit graduation rates here at Union County College. There's some of the numbers, ranging from 4.9, 5.9 when I got here, while the New Jersey average was 17%, and the state average was 22%. So that's what I walked into when I arrived here. So we immediately began our student success program at Union County College, and we called it Students Are Number One. First two people I hired, first one was our Director of Athletics, Tammy Smith, and I don't think Tammy's here now. She's hosting a Region 19 meeting. Second person I brought on was Dr. Stephen Nacco from Brookdale Community College, and Dr. Nacco was the architect of our Students Are Number One initiative. He developed the logo on the left side of the screen. And you see this logo? It says Union County College, number one, and then in small letters it says Students Are. That was the first logo he created. But then he found out that it infuriated some people at Union County College. You see, they had thought they were number one. And when Steve, you all know Steve, many of you know Steve, he's now the president of Danville Area Community College, and he's leading a band now. It's called Dr. Nacco and the Sour Notes. He's playing the clarinet in that band at Danville, just FYI. But when people said they hated the new logo, the one on the left, Steve, together with Sarah Bontempo up there. Sarah, wave your hand, our designer extraordinaire. They decided they'd create the logo on the right, make Students Are even bigger, to send a message that the reason why we are here is not for the Board of Trustees, and it's not for me, and it's not for you, definitely not for you. It's for our students. That's why we're here. For our students. And Dr. Nacco, with the help of the folks in our college relations department, came up with this message to send out, and that was emblematic. We use this as our model. Teaching and learning is the core of everything we do, but we knew for student success we had to provide adequate services. We knew we had to provide more robust student activities, and we knew we had to improve the environment on our campus. The oldest community college also had the oldest buildings in the state, not just the oldest college in the state. So we went through all of that, and you know what happened? Nothing. Nothing. We said students are number one. And we strengthened what we're doing in the classroom. And we expanded services and activities and started building like crazy. And the graduation rate went up 5.9, 7.3, 8.8, 8.6, 6.8, at which time I went to the board and said, "Fire me." Our job is to help our students succeed. And I'm not getting it done. And I went to the vice presidents, including Dr. Nacco, but also Dr. Lown, Mrs. Brewer, Mr. Lenahan, and said, all bets are off, take the gloves off, we need a revolution. And some of our faculty are here, and they remember when this was going on. There was a revolution. I couldn't live with it anymore, because inside of me, I felt what I called the fierce urgency of now. Every single day, we didn't fix this. We lost students. Every single day. And we realized that we couldn't just admit a new class of first-time, full-time students and then pray for 3 years, please, please, please help us get them across the finish line in 3 years, and then end up, it didn't work. So we did feel that fierce urgency of now in our community. We're trying to transform the community, but we're not doing much better. So we decided to make some change, and we began what we called Operation Graduation. We got those are my Operation Graduation people here. That didn't mean that we stopped doing students are number one. We remind people of that every day. But Operation Graduation began, and it involved radical change. Radical change. We asked everyone to recenter, refocus, realign on why we're here. And yes, we're here for our students, but if all we're doing is just providing a la carte courses for students to leave without a degree, why don't we become a branch campus of Rutgers or a branch campus of Kane University? If your students aren't crossing the finish line. So we created this Operation Graduation team, and I know we have a couple members of that team here today. Tinny Chung, where's Tinny? Tinny, stand up. Stand up. Oh, you are standing up. Come on, stand up, Tinny. Tinny in the back. Dean Rebecca Royal. And we have a whole staff of people in Operation Graduation. And we said to them, you will focus like a laser beam on the cohorts admitted first-time, full-time students. And your focus is singularly on getting them across the finish line. We stopped patting people in the back and declaring victory when students pass developmental math, right? Now, developmental math, where are my math people? Professor Rogoff, I saw you here earlier. I see you, I know you're here. Math is important, I think. I'm not really sure, really, but they tell me it's really important. But getting our students to pass developmental math and not getting their degrees doesn't work. It doesn't make their life any better. Doesn't change their lives. For my English people who are snickering, teaching them the prologue to the Canterbury Tales in Middle English doesn't make their world any better either. We told Operation Graduation that their only reward would come from getting students across the finish line and helping them to graduate. We weren't going to be congratulating them for success by saying 20% more of our male students are passing developmental math now. Isn't that great? It's not great. Their lives haven't been changed unless we've helped them graduate. So we did Operation Graduation cohort-based, singularly focused on graduation. We did it based on data, using intrusive intervention, and I love alliteration. My mother was an English teacher, so I did that for the Dean of Humanities, the individualized interactive inquiry with those students, and the personal, prescriptive, and persistent interventions with them. And we changed everything. Orientation became mandatory, advising for first-time, full-time, cohorted advising, no late registration, 15 to finish on time. We have block tuition. Pay the same for 12 credits, pay the same for 18 as you pay for 12. We eliminated all general fees. We eliminated the graduation fee. We used to charge our poor, impoverished students $65 to apply to graduate. I want you to graduate. Please graduate. Please graduate. Give me $65 to fill out a form. It's crazy, isn't it? We created the Math Success Center, the STEM Success Center, changed our outreach, set up boot camps, mandatory 15 credits for our student athletes. We used to reward our coaches solely for championships. Now we've put into their contracts GPAs and academic requirements. And we hired a revolutionary student development VP. We set up those cohorts: STARS, EOF, American Honors, athletes, students with disability, ESL, STEM, LEAP. We have all kinds of cohorts. We go after them in those cohorts. By creating the block rate tuition, like when I went to Temple, I didn't pay by the credit. I paid full-time tuition. If I chose to take 12 credits or chose to take 18, that's what full-time tuition is. Since we've added the block rate tuition, you could see our average credit hours are going up, both for all full-time students and for the first-time full-time cohort. We've actually increased it by a full credit, and this is hard to do. We know if students take 15 credits, they're more likely to graduate. So what happened with Operation Graduation? We had dramatic improvement. Record number of graduates, 1,505, and an increased graduation rate up to 15.7. Record high retention rates. We did great. We loved it. We were happy. Operation Graduation, they're slapping backs and high-fiving and dancing. It was remarkable. We actually had to expand and have a January commencement to get all the students across. We were living large. Look at us. I mean, come on. This was a beautiful day for us, wasn't it? But we peeled the onion. We couldn't be satisfied. And when we peeled that onion, we found a massive achievement gap, particularly for black males. Dramatic increases in graduation for our white males, white females, some increases for our Hispanic students. But if you look what happened with our black males, something in Operation Graduation wasn't working. Something didn't work. They got left behind. So, phase 3, project achievement gap. So, yeah, students are number 1. We're into Operation Graduation, but we added project achievement gap, and it involves 5 particular things: massive data tracking, more intrusive intervention, lots of financial assistance through our fantastic foundation, robust social and curricular activities, and then finally wraparound services. When I talk about data tracking, our project achievement team, is Amir here? Amir around? No, he's not here? All right. Names, majors, schedules, problems, performance, credits earned, girlfriend's name, favorite baseball team, you name it. We want you to know everything about these students. Intrusive intervention. We hired and assigned specialized academic advisors, led by a guy named Amir Malcolm, who's been just remarkable. Remarkable. New guy is Dwayne here, Dwayne Reed here. And he owns a drugstore too, it's fantastic. But Mr. Clinton Miller's on the team. Specialized advising, we're calling students, we're texting them, we're emailing them, we're stalking them. You don't answer my text, I'm gonna stand outside your door and find you. With help from our wonderful faculty, we're increasing the number of progress reports we get sent back to us. They do one-on-one meetings, we do priority registration. We have a great foundation that set up a Close the Gap fund, and we found that sometimes students just need $250 to buy a book or register for a summer class to graduate. My mother, degree from Barnard, she's like a brainiac, you know, a Mensa. She struggled filling out financial aid forms. Some of our students are independent. They have no help filling out those forms. We want to make sure they get help doing it. We provide it. And we also have a new employee, an MSW, to provide connections to county services. We do extracurricular activities with our project achievement students. Involves trips. We found out a lot of them never left Union County. We have kids here never saw the ocean. We have students here who have never seen the Statue of Liberty. Now, if you spit hard enough, you may reach it from here. They've never seen it. And the majority of my students, overwhelming majority, haven't been to places like Washington, D.C. So we're trying to give our students because they're the reason why we're here, an idea about life beyond Union County. We have great staff, and our wraparound services include not just our project achievement team, but our faculty and our staff from throughout the college. We want our students to know that if they have a problem, they can go to someone. I know we have Mr. Hines right back there, Director of Public Safety. I mean, people cheer him because he cares about our kids. And so do our other public safety officers. So what happened? 18.1, that's our latest number. That's going from 5.9 to 18.1%. We're delighted. Number of raw graduates continuing to rise, but after 1 year, one single year of project achievement, we've nearly doubled the graduation rate for our African American males. Nearly doubled. We still have a ways to go with our achievement gap, but it's something that we're proud of, we're working on, and we expect, that's 1 year. We're going to make more progress. That's where we were when I got here. This is where we are now relative to the other community colleges in the state. So I tell my staff, you know, some people say, are you happy now? 18.1. How many of you wake up in the morning and say, I want to be average today? You tell your kids to be mediocre? We don't. We don't want to be average. So this year, we have other goals, and we're hoping we get out of mediocre and into maybe one of the leaders in New Jersey community colleges. We know our students have challenges. We know there are lots of them. We set up a food pantry this year. We set up a career closet. We know we have hunger and homelessness here. We know we do have some curriculum obstacles and credit creep. I love that expression. My chief academic officer hates that expression. She doesn't think it's technical enough. But you know what credit creep is. If 60 credits are good, 66 credits must be better. My program is really a junior baccalaureate, and we need 74 credits in my program. We also have some challenges at the college, and you know there's an institutional culture that we had to break through, and one of them was it's the students' fault, that the students weren't smart enough to do better, and we know that's not true. When people asked our Vice President of Student Development, Helen Brewer, how'd you increase the graduation rates like that? How'd you do it? What did you do differently? Helen used to say, we paid attention to our students. And that's what our intrusive intervention was. It wasn't a distant paying attention to the students. It was knowing every name of every student and going after the students one student at a time. I never quoted George W. Bush before in my life, but actually, he's looking better and better every day, isn't he? I didn't say anything. My people tell me don't get political. But this is a quote from George W. Bush that I use all the time. He talks about the soft bigotry of lowered expectations. You can't expect that from these kids. You can't expect these kids to do well. You can't expect these kids to take 15 credits. You can't expect these kids to graduate in 2 years, 3 years, much less 2 years. It's good if they just get through one college course. That'll make their life better, right? Now, my kid better get through 15 credits a semester and graduate on time, but these kids need more time. So now we're on phase 4 of our student success initiatives. Dr. Lown calls it our GPS plan. I call it our gladiators. I'm a Scandal fan. Any Scandal fans in the room? Good, good. Our staff, our academic deans and assistant deans, our faculty, our project achievement staff, and particularly that operation graduation staff are our fearless gladiators. They bought into our mission. They believe they're doing something great for our community, and they see it every single day. So we created this OneStop. Please visit the OneStop. If you see somebody in a green shirt, that person in the green shirt is a student. If you see a staff member, they'll walk you through. But ask anybody in the OneStop, they'll tell you about it. Cross-trained staff centered around customer service, addressing issues of advising problems and financial aid procedures, and really being advocates for the student. We'd like to call our OneStop, which is named after one of our alumna who read one of our an old lady living in North Carolina read a newsletter about what we're doing at the college and called up one Friday afternoon and gave our foundation director $500,000. So we named the building after her. In that Cheney Center, we believe we have a 21st century OneStop. It's not just a single location, but it's a single location with multidisciplinary staff who are cross-trained. It is a student-centric model, where instead of the student going to the staff are going to the students, and we're not throwing them in the water saying, figure it out on your own, but we're also not doing it all for them. We're trying to teach them and get them to independence, and it's a technology-based system. So please take a look at it. We love it. This is one of my quotes that I love. Heard it from Sandy Shugart about 15 years ago. When people say kids today are different, or kids aren't smart enough anymore, or these kids, you know, they just came from such bad backgrounds, or they didn't study in school, it's always the students. Our response is to quote Sandy Shugart and say, teach the students you have, not the ones you wish you had. Some of my senior faculty, both here and particularly at Brookdale, and some of my old friends from Brookdale are here, used to talk about the good old days in the 1970s. You know, when all those bra-burning, draft card-burning students and faculty were hanging around, they all thought they were much better students back then. But I will tell you, I don't think they really were much better than the students are right now. And it doesn't matter. We've got to teach the students who come to us. Our goals for this year at Union County College, very simply, we want to close the achievement gap. Tinny and Amir, close that achievement gap and achieve a 25% cohort graduation rate. That's our goal for this year. That's where we hope to be at the end of all of this. So that's a snapshot of our student success initiatives. We also have other things on the table. I don't know if we'll get any of these things done, but we're talking about, will we be the first textbook-free college campus or community college campus in New Jersey? I'd love it. I was a kid who couldn't afford the textbooks. I'd love it if we could get to OER for every course. Every faculty member thinks it's great, just not for their course. We're talking digital badges. We're likely going to be opening a virtual campus. I'd like to open a campus in Havana. I don't know where we're going to end up internationally, but we'll see. So I want to thank everybody for coming here to Union County College. We love it here and we welcome you. Thank you very much.